Hello everyone, Pallytub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. I have been having some trouble in Quick Match today. First of all, over the last 2 days before we get started, I've been going through my audio setup because there was a buzzing sound that was driving me crazy. Narrowed it down to a sound card on my streaming PC, which is the one that captures both my microphone and the footage of the game, and essentially just replaced that, and the issue was sorted, but I had to rebalance all of my audio accordingly. So if I'm going to be just as expressive as I normally am, but if my mic peaks or something, we'll be addressing that as we go, basically. So I'm sorry if my audio is a little shoddy here, but I think I have it pretty good. Secondly, there was a shit ton of construction outside of my house earlier today, so I was just playing a ton of Quick Match, and oh my god, it is sucks. Quick Match, at least today, has been a mess. Not necessarily bad players, but comp versus comps. Essentially, every single game I've been in has had at least two stealthies that were just going around ganking people that overextended, and in most cases there was a third that would join in on these rotations. So that gave me an idea in today's video, and probably the next few videos. If you're experiencing the same thing as I am, I'm going to give you some suggestions for heroes that you could play that are fantastic at laning and should allow you to really excel in those types of environments where it's bad. It's bad out there today. Now watch, we'll get a perfectly balanced team or something, but the point should still stand. Finally. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Tomb of the Spider Queen. Today, the friendly team Alarak, Charism, Grey, Main, Nazebo, and Murky. Of course, there's only one stealth in this particular match, but hopefully, I can still show you the principles of why Alarak would be a good choice here. We are going to go for the applied force, reduces... Fuck, I forgot how to say it again.
Sadism.
Reduces the sadism cost, or our maximum, which is 100%. It's going to bring it down to 90%. Sadism. I'm sadism. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'm going to remember it that way. Reduces the, I forgot to change my camera too. Man, we're on a roll today. It's going to reduce our maximum amount of sadism to 90%. But it is going to make it so that we can move people further back with telekinesis. So why is Alarak a good choice for a solo lane character? Because we can sit right the fuck here. We can deal with all of his stealthy nonsense because we never have to confront it. We can just chill in this lane. When someone comes into our lane, you know what we do? We're going to start hitting him with our E ability. When they make mistakes, we capitalize on those mistakes, like dragging Rhaegar into the tower and making him take extra damage there. This is our one and only goal, to stay safe underneath our tower. And to be totally honest, Alarak is pretty goddamn amazing at that, if you haven't caught on to that already. Let's just move him back into... Oh, I moved a minion too. So we are going to want to be a little careful as they approach us, but again, we don't have too much to worry about here. One of the safest laners in the whole game. Oh, beautiful! Beautiful! Let's, I was gonna say I can move him back to make that even better, but we didn't even need to. A fantastic gank from our Nazebo player there, and we'll just go ahead and... Oh, we are gonna miss that silence just a little bit. That's okay, that's okay. So the goal today is going to be to play the one and only Alarak build because he has no build variety whatsoever, but we will try to get as few deaths as possible. Even though they have two supports, so their damage output isn't necessarily as high as the scenario that I've been explaining that's been happening all day, which of course, the moment I go to make a video about the state of Quick Match, I get something completely different from what I've been experiencing all day. But you know, Quick Match can be anything, right? So I guess we shouldn't be too surprised about that. But I'm going to try to just stay as safe as possible. And this will be a good example because we have a Murky on our team and we can really stack up that pure malice pretty quickly. Another great thing about Alarak is the simple fact that he can move himself to safety as well. So not only can he take advantage of enemy team's mistakes, but he can kind of compensate for his own as well. This will kind of be amplified once we hit level 10 and we can get damage immunity as well. So I'm not pushing out too far. I'm just trying to push lanes where it's kind of safe too, and then rotating to another lane using the safest path possible to do that. Or at least that's the plan. That's what I'm going to try to keep doing throughout the course of this game. And again, as the enemy team kind of just walks... Oop, didn't mean to do that. As they kind of walk forward, we're just going to poke at them a little bit and try to stay safe. Now, I have mentioned in the past that I have been working on my Alarak. It hasn't been a ton of time, but I do think that I get better every time I do an Alarak video. Sadism is the only thing that I never seem to improve at, you know? Which is weird. We took probably a little bit too much damage there, but I'm not too worried about Valera in this particular position. Plus, we have our sippy cup up as well, so essentially we're back at full health. We can move Gul'dan into tower range, or at least I thought it would. Not quite enough, but as he was trying to channel our Nazebo, we can interrupt that. And that's another reason that Alarak is phenomenal for this example that we're trying to show here today. If someone has a channel, you can interrupt it. This includes Vengeful Spirits of Nazebo. This includes Mosh Pits. Anything that's a stationary channel, you are able to interrupt, which is extremely valuable not only in the laning phase, but also as we venture later into the game and we start team fighting a little bit more. That silence did miss a little bit. But now that my whole team's here, we're just going to go ahead and get back to safety, rotate to middle lane, and try to stay ahead on XP because we were not currently soaking the middle lane. We're just going to walk right up to Zul here, move him into the pufferfish damage there, and silence him. And now move back because we do not have eyes on Valera. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're staying healthy. We're staying good, 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 good. Let's rotate up to our Charism, try to get some heals here as well. Valera in the middle lane. We just heard her getting up on our Murky there, unfortunately. Feels bad, man. Can I move him into that? I guess if my timing was a little bit better, I could have moved him into that. I learned something new about Alarak every time I play him, which is actually really rewarding for me because I've played so much Heroes of the Storm. By no means am I like the greatest player in the whole world, and I'm sure most of you watching know that by now. I have a really fun time playing this game, usually, and I feel like that translates really well over to my audience and my style of commentating, but by all means, I do not think I'm Grandmaster material, but I do think I know the basis of just about every hero in this game. But every time I play Alarak, I get a little something new, and it feels real good. I'm gonna push him into the tower. We'll silence him. Boom. Beautiful. That is one thing I really enjoy about the Alarak playstyle. The simple fact that you are able to capitalize on enemy mistakes so well. Oh, fuck! So well, as long as you land everything properly and you don't suck like me. I'm chasing too far. I know that too. We're trying to stay alive, team. We're trying to stay alive. Let's go ahead and get this region globe. Beautiful. Does Zul know I have my whole team here? I don't think he does. Do we have a zombie wall? I'll move him in. I'll move him in. No zombie wall. Okay. I was trying to wait for it. I really was. Looks like we do have enough coins to turn in. Valera coming out of nowhere. We're going to silence her, and I'm going to have to move myself to safety here. We can use our E to heal a little bit. Maybe we can actually get a kill on Rhaegar here, as he is now trapped, and that will be another kill secured by telekinesis. The utility of this ability is just absolutely insane. Uh-oh. Are we worried? No, I think we're good. I think she could have done a lot more damage to me there, but she decided not to fully open up on me, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate that. Valera, as we enter the late game, is going to be a fucking nightmare, especially if she goes for the new Assassinate talents, but it looks like she's going for Q talents, so it's going to be a lot of mobility. Let's go ahead, just farm that up with our Q, get that region globe, and then I'm going to try to turn in the bottom lane. We do not have vision of Valera. Oh, she's right in front of me. All right, let's just back up. We're playing safe, team. We're playing safe. We're trying to stay alive. So far, going pretty well, and our damage is actually way higher than I thought it would be at this point in the game, too. So, pretty happy, team. So I was talking about how I was dealing with my audio issues. I also took the liberty of rewiring my entire PC setup because it was getting a little bit cluttered. You know, there's a million wires underneath the desk going every which way. I mean, I have two PCs, and they have wires that need to be fed between both of them, and they're going into all of these different electrical outlets and all this shit, and I have a light set up. Like, it was getting real jumbled back there. So I took about an hour and a half and just rewired everything and got it really nice, and I moved my giant PC case way off to the left of my desk so I can actually, like, I have a really ergonomic setup right now. My desk is at the perfect level that it needs to be. My feet are flat on the floor, straight back, arms out, perfectly even with my mouse and keyboard. I feel really fantastic right now. I'm hoping this will help with my energy levels, because I know I've been looking at my videos more and more over the past, few weeks, and I've really started to notice I'm hunching over a lot more, and I'm trying to fix that right now. We are gonna go for Counter Strike here, which is gonna make us immune to damage for a short time, and then if we take damage, we're gonna be able to. Ooh, did she? Okay, no, she did not get out of that, and we'll stop her from leaving. Which telekinesis is so good. God, it's so good. Fuck. What the fuck was I saying before I used that ability? It's just too good. I forgot. Our heroic ability is going to allow us to absorb a lot of damage, especially if we can see it coming, and deal a lot of damage at the same time if we're kind of set up for it as well, which is really, really fantastic. So for instance, if I was a little bit better positioned there, we could have moved Gul'dan into the pufferfish with telekinesis again, but I kind of messed out on that. I really do love having Murkies on my team when I play Alarak, not only for the synergy that you've already seen with the displacement into his pufferfish that you can kind of control extremely easily, but also the simple fact that Murky, they tend to die a lot. It's not a bad thing. It's kind of the design of the character, but it really allows us to stack up a ton of pure malice damage later on, as long as we don't die, which essentially means that we're going to be dealing way more damage than we're supposed to, which is fantastic. Telekinesis was off cooldown there. We are going to see a fear come out on our Greymane. I was going to try to move these guys away from him a little bit. Couldn't quite do it, but we will deal a ton of damage to everyone in the area there. Drain life off of that Gul'dan, and we will make it out, as our objective is once again pushing the middle lane. This is looking like a fucking stomp right now, boys. So pure malice is what we're going to go for at 13, and we reduced our sadism. We reduce our sadism in the early game, so now this is kind of our opportunity to build those sadism stacks back up. And we're going to do that by letting our allies die around us. And remember, it's our goal to not fucking die in this particular match, which we're doing a pretty good job of so far. And by not dying, we're going to increase our damage by such a massive amount that it should be pretty impressive. We should be able to do a lot with it. I did use my immunity there to deal damage to the enemy team just because I saw that they were focusing me. I wasn't really in a life or death situation there, but because they were dealing damage to me, I could just pop that damage right back at them, and usually it hurts a little bit more when you hit. Oh, I missed the telekinesis to a bit of kill. It's so bad at this game. They got it though. They got it. I seriously might ask Murky if he can die some for my stacks. If this game's going a little bit too well, because I picked the talent and I want to get some value out of it. I'm also going to kill this wall as we're just kind of marching forward here. Don't really know what we're doing here in the middle lane, but killing walls reduces the amount of vision that the enemy team has, which is already good. The great thing about the Counter-Strike heroic ability is that it is basically always off of cooldown. Just always off of cooldown. So 30 seconds, that's all you need, and you're ready to use it again, which is just, again, fantastic. Telekinesis almost ready. We potentially could have pulled that Valera back into a bit more favorable of a spot. I'm gonna move Gul'dan. Never mind, don't need to move him. Hopefully he'll focus me though. Deal some damage. They didn't actually hit me that time. I went immune, but we can move Gul'dan back, interrupting that drain life and securing that kill for the friendly team as well. This is a pretty fucking phenomenal Alarak game. I think this might be my best Alarak game. I mean, it's a good day for it, I guess, but I mean, I was just kind of expecting to have a pretty normal quick match experience where I just fucking die a lot, and I was gonna make a point to just try to not die, but it's like we're just stopping these guys, and look at my damage, it's pretty good. We are gonna go for projected force, which is going to increase our telekinesis range. We're also gonna move these guys back off of our Nazebo here. Diving back in to help him. I'm sure he appreciated that, keeping him alive. The team was right on board with that as well. See, that was a mistake potentially for me there. If the team didn't follow up, then all of a sudden I'm in a really bad spot there because it would have been a 2v3. But because our allies were very mindful of the situation and they were able to re-engage, we actually made something out of that. Now that this is starting to go a little bit poorly, I do think it's time that we leave. But I also think we could have potentially secured a kill on Rhaegar there. So I opted out of that kill just to stay alive. We do have 2 pure malice stacks there, so our sadism is almost back up to the starting amounts. We're at 96% right now. We want it to get back to 100 as soon as we can. So we're gonna heal, go into this immunity thing, and then no! Well, it took 12 minutes and 40 seconds for me to die, which is a pretty fucking good for me. That was a situation that could have been easily avoided. I knew that there were more than 2 enemies above me there, and I went in anyway. But that's okay. That is okay. The enemy team is going to be getting their first objective of the match. Zul is pushing the top lane. We probably want to give some attention to that. Looks like Murky's going to be heading up there. The rest of the friendly team is stationed in the middle lane right now. Nazeebo and his Gargantuan should be able to push this back pretty easily. Oh, see, I was leaning forward again. We got to bring it back. Feet flat on the ground, team. Flat on the fucking ground. We are going to be joining our team. Now, unfortunately, even though Murky did just die, we were dead, so we didn't get credit for that stack for our pure malice, but that's all right. We'll get credit for that one. 88% team. We're moving right up. Moving right up. So they are kind of postured to push in, but I'm not too worried about it. We can silence her, move her back into tower range. Unfortunately, she did use the smoke bomb, so we're not able to do too much. We'll make ourselves immune to damage. Try to heal off of that Zul, but wasn't quite able to. I don't think my positioning there was necessarily bad. I just wasn't expecting them to push in as hard as they were. They are going to... Actually, they're not going to lose their Zul for that, so pretty good play by them. Also, the objective is still pushing the bottom lane pretty hard, and we'll get that Sippy Cup. Oh, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Sippy. The enemy team is, they do have the double support, so I guess they can survive those kind of deep engages a little bit better than ours. And if at least 2 allies are nearby when Amp It Up is cast, crossfade healing bonus is increased by 40% for the duration. Interesting. I don't know what the meta Lucio build is or anything, but it seems like his is a little weird. I don't think I like his at all. Let's see. Let's move up top. We'll try to help. Rhaegar is down for the enemy team. Valeera is on top of our Greymane pretty hard here. Okay, I am going to displace her. I take it back. I was going to say, I think I'm just going to open up with a little bit of damage, but I did go for the full displacement there. We're going to go ahead and get immune to damage here, and we will be moving them back into our fortifications if they stay. Just a little bit of a pot shot. Unfortunately, I did miss the silence there. Karazim now moving in. Valeera caught out a little bit too far, but we didn't actually have our Q off cooldown to take advantage of it. Now, this is the second objective for the enemy team in a row, so the momentum kind of shifting here after we started to die a little bit. But it looks like we're able to deal with it okay. The only thing they're going to get out of it is this middle keep, and hopefully we can defend that no problem. As they are moving in right now, all of our abilities are off cooldown, so let's go ahead and... I missed that silence. If I had landed that silence there, then our Karazim would still be alive, which feels a little bad, man. We can Sippy Cup just to fortify our health pools a little bit, and then see what we can make out of this. And Nazeebo seems to be having some trouble with Valeera up there, perhaps. We do have a March of the Murlocs coming in, and I'm going to keep this Gul'dan in that march a little bit longer. We definitely landed that silence team, and now we're moving in versus the enemy team. Equal numbers, but they do have 2 supports alive, which means they can probably outlive the majority of what we're going to do. We do have a lot of burst damage on our team, though, which is definitely good for us. Definitely good for us. The Rhaegar did go for Bloodlust, so that's a thing. I think I would have gone for Ancestral there. You already have a shit ton of movement speed on your team. You already have a shit ton of AoE healing on your team. I would definitely have gone for just that single target sustain. We're pushing up pretty far, so I'm going to stay up with my team here. There's power in numbers, and we're going to be able to get this keep up in the top lane. Beautiful. Zul and the rest of the enemy team is pushing the middle lane right now, and our Karazim off by himself in the bottom lane, so I'm going to go ahead and ping him with danger. When there's a Valeera on the enemy team and the enemy team is able to rotate quickly, you definitely don't want to be by yourself. Speaking of being by yourself, if that Murky dies, we do get more pure malice stacks, but I don't think this is going to happen. We are starting to group up again here. I don't have vision of them up there, so I'm going to stay as far away from that as I can, actually. We now see Zul up in the top lane. Looks like he's isolated, though. Alright, we're going to go for Deadly Charge here. Go ahead and land that Q. We missed the Q, team. We missed the Q. We can go immune to damage here. And we're going to have to teleport myself away. But I think we traded pretty favorably there. We are going to kill their Rhaegar. Looks like we might actually get a Zul kill here as well. Here, I could charge in. I didn't even think about using my charge that I just picked up. Oh, it didn't go through. It didn't go through. That's bad. That's bad. I could have definitely helped out. I could have been a lot more impactful in that fight, for sure. But we are going to be able to get a turn in here, and this is going to start to push. It looks like we're also going for a boss, which is pretty good in my book. If I don't die. Yeah. If I don't die. Pushed up too far. Again, that obvious mistake there. Obvious mistake was obvious. Now the friendly team is still going for this boss, and it looks like we're going to lose our Nazebo. We might lose our Grey Mane as well. The enemy team just saw someone die, so I'm sure they're fully aware of what the most deadly thing on the map could be, but it looks like they're actually not going to contest, even though they were even on numbers, and our Grey Mane was very, very, very close to death. Valeera is right here, attacking some of those murky eggs. Will he be able to lock her down with the help of Charism? This should be a kill. The 7-side strike going out, but the smoke bomb, unfortunately, countering it a little bit too hard. Now, Murky can still hit her with the slime while she's in there. Charism trying to chase after that. Lucio did a shit ton of damage, but unfortunately, not quite enough. I'm assuming I'm no longer #1 on damage. I felt it in my heart as we do start to fall behind the Grey Mane a little bit. But I want to get it back. I want to charge in. I want to be impactful. I want to make it happen, team. I want to make it happen. Looks like the boss and the objective will be able to secure this top fort. Valeera opening up on our Charism. He's going to be just fine. That subwoofer thing that Lucio's doing right now doesn't seem to be doing him any favors, as he is going to be taken down by the March of the Murlocs. Zul walking into a ton of Murlocs as well. Look at that damage that he's taken just from damage over time there. It's pretty crazy. Now we are starting to stack up that Pure Malice again, and I am coming in to help out the team. I'm going to charge in as soon as I'm in range. Looks like the 7-sided strike will kill the Rhaegar, though. They don't even need me, and we should definitely be going encore now. No reason to leave at all. Let's go ahead and... I can't even find my D key. It's like it doesn't exist. Did I cut... Oh, I was hoping to slide through would help. So if you're going into quick match, you're finding a lot of stealthies, and you're just having a bad time staying alive, then I think Alarak is a fantastic character to really help you kind of overcome that obstacle. There's quite simply, there's just some characters that are better in some situations than others, and if you want to stay alive and deal damage, a ton of damage, then Alarak is a great pick for that. He's also a fantastic solo laner on maps like Brax's Holdout, so you could just kind of sit up in that top lane and pretty much duel whoever you want to, and be pretty confident that you're going to have a pretty favorable lane. I would say the only people that kind of counter that would be like a Rexar or a Chen or something, someone that could be really aggressive, but I actually think Alarak would beat out a Chen, and he'd probably beat out a Rexar too, so maybe a Thrall, maybe a Zagara, I don't really know. But we went for Applied Force, Double Cross, Chaos Reigns, Counter Strike, Pure Malice, Projected Force, and Deadly Charge, exactly the same as the last video. I just really needed to play a safe character, and I think I proved my point relatively well enough, and until I kind of started dying, I feel like that it didn't tilt me in a way that made me mad, but it kind of took my confidence away from me, I feel like, when I started to die. It was played really well up until about the 14-minute mark. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. The next character we're going to take a look at is another one that's very survivable, because the state of quick match is just ugh right now. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.